Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, interblops. I'm here once again for some more piratical shenanigans, and I played a thing, Alone in the Dark 2. Last time we made it through the god-awful hedge maze and into the cave system below Hell's Kitchen, through which we are going to make our way into the mansion in hopes of rescuing the kidnapped Grace Saunders. In addition to the couple of books that I discarded last episode, I've also gotten rid of the detective's notebook because we've read that and have no further need for it, and an uncluttered inventory is a happy inventory. So we had just opened up this secret passage behind the crates here, and this is going to be our way into Hell's Kitchen, so let's be on our way. Oh, what have we here? A rack of test tubes? No, cartridges for a riot gun. Excellent. Our riot gun currently contains only one cartridge, and I don't know how many it can hold, but I'm damn sure it's more than that, so let's go ahead and load it up. And we now have 5. Very good. Oh, you know what? I just realized there's something else I can get rid of. We won't be needing the photo of the statue again. Our inventory is now nice and clean. Excellent. Now, as soon as we make our way up this elevator here, we're going to meet a new friend, so I'll have to be on my toes. And there he is, the mad accordionist Sean O'Leary, aka Music Man. And did you hear that electric guitar type sound there? That's him shooting his accordion at me. Yep, much as Shorty Leg did with his peg leg, Music Man has in his accordion a gun. Now you may remember, if he should come to die, or if his pack should be destroyed in his presence, the galleon will shelter him for 2 days or something to that effect. Well, we don't know exactly what that means, but it does sound like it would probably get him out of our hair, so let's go ahead and tear up Music Man's Immortality Pact and see what happens. The answer is, he falls over dead. Magnificent. We're still hearing some gunshots, though. I'm not sure what that's about. Gunfight going on somewhere in the mansion for some reason? Well, no matter. The important thing is, Music Man left us his hook hand. You never know when you might need a hook. Alone in the Dark 1 proved that. So let us continue our explorations and see what else there is to find in the basement of Hell's Kitchen. Doesn't seem like there's much in here right now. We could go upstairs, but doing so would actually end very poorly for us, so we'll want to take care of another thing or two before we can head up to the main floor. I think I see a polygonal object on the floor. A battle door. Now, one or two of you out there might not be entirely clear on what a battle door is. What it is it's the paddle, the racket equivalent, used in a proto-badminton game from the oldie times known as Battledore and Shuttlecock. Perhaps an indication of how old-timey some of the people around this mansion really are. More importantly for us, however, it's a serviceable weapon. That's the right and left swing. If we use up, it'll swing it from the top down. And down has the same thing. So the moveset isn't quite as big as it is for something like a sword, but we do have left and right swings and one vertical one, so there is that. In the more immediate, though, we're going to have a use for our firearms, so let me go ahead and break out the riot gun. Pity we don't have our Thompson anymore, but what can you do? This part can actually potentially go a bit wrong, so let me go ahead and make a new save. Ah, so that's what all the racket is about. Target practice. Now, we can just kind of assassinate the first guy here. One shot and he'll go down. The second guy will then attack us, but we can kind of ambush him in the previous room. So let's try and make this shot count. Immediately dead. Yeah, the other guy's gonna come attack us, so I'm going to get the battle door ready, and we should be able to beat him up in the doorway, hopefully. Yep. With a little luck, we'll be able to keep knocking him back, and he won't be able to get a shot in at us without turning incorrectly. Beating someone to death with a battle door can take a little time, but we'll be able to get it done eventually. Matter of fact, just as I finish saying that, down he goes. Because there is just so much combat in this game, I'm going to keep my save current. More cartridges. What can the riot gun actually hold? It's got 4 shots in it now. There'd be 4 in the box. Will we have 8? We will. Okay. So there's not an ammo limit on that. Or at least not a low ammo limit. 74 health. We are doing quite well. Due in no small part to my save abuse, of course, but in this game it's really kind of a good idea. So this is what they were shooting at. See what happens if I headbutt one of these. Oh. It spins around a little bit. So you may remember our mentor, Mr. Ted Stryker, saying that Hell's Kitchen is full of secret passages, and for one of them, the solution is in the card. Or in the cards, I should say. Singulars and plurals are important, huh? So what we need to do, you may remember the whole diamond motif we've got going on around here, we have to change all of these to diamonds. Now, I think what you're intended to do is use your riot gun to shoot at these, just like the other guys were doing with their guns. Because each time you shoot one of these, it'll turn one space to the right, I believe, whereas if you hit it with a melee weapon, it'll spin a little more uncontrollably. But with a little fine-tuning, you can get them to all turn to diamonds without using your firearm. And thereby conserve ammo. Not that I think riot gun fighting is usually all that useful in this game. But when you can save ammo, always do. Spacing can be a little important here. If we swing twice in rapid succession, one way than the other, does that make any difference? No, that doesn't seem to help. So we have to find just the right angle to do this. So bear with me a moment. Oh, we got it to move just once there for a moment. Okay, we got diamond. We got diamond. And we got diamond. Oh shit. I broke this one. Okay, for this last one, I think all we need to do is actually to get it to swing past the diamond so that they're all diamond for a second. And then I think we're good. But as soon as we do that, someone's going to pop out of the... Oh, have I had my mouse pointer on the screen this whole time? Fuck. Pardon me if the mouse pointer's been there the whole time. Technical difficulties will happen. Anywho, as I was saying, as soon as we get this all turned to diamond, then someone's going to pop out of here, so I want to have my battle door at the ready and be ready to fight, and I'm going to update my save yet again.
Hi, Guy.
Hi to you, Guy. Oh, we got him stuck in the door frame. That's good. Just beat the absolute mortal shit out of him. Wonderful. That really could not have gone better. Okay, I believe there are a couple of books hidden in here, and I'm not sure exactly where they are, so we will have to track those down, but in the immediate, we have a flask, and we have a bottle of whiskey. Even for a hard-drinking private eye like Carnby, I believe the whiskey is bad for you, but I want to check that. So we're at 74 health right now. Let's do a little experiment. Yes, that actually hurt me. Ah, that's better, except it's not at all. So let's undo that. The flask, on the other hand, that's always the good shit. Delicious. Now, what have we on the wall here? It's kind of rustic looking. Maybe has seen better days, but we have what appears to be a one-armed bandit. Ah, what the hell. A nickel's a small bet, even by the standards of this point in history, I imagine. Hey, I've won 2 tokens. Excellent. I have no idea what good those could possibly be, but they're nice and round and pleasing. Okay, I think the corners here by the barrels might be where the books are. There's one. And there's 2. Magnificent. Looks like it might be some kind of book on billiards. Well, we've got time to burn and a place we can put these down when we're done with them. So let's do a little reading.
With Q in hand, by the Honorable Senator Grant. As soon as I could, between 2 sessions, I would practice my skill with the 2 bands. I managed some splendid shots, but I was far from attaining my dream of potting 3 balls at the same time. The legendary shot. I leave that to the expert players of Mandarin, the game of Chinese billiards, at which I have never been more than a bumbler. I have enough trouble shooting 2 consecutive doubles, as I did during a very long game with Elisha Comstock. Yet I did see a ruffian by the name of DeWitt accomplish what I had thought was impossible. The fellow actually managed 2 triples before my eyes. From then on, I practiced feverishly, even renouncing alcohol and wine, which poisons the spirit centuries. 7 days later, the powdered rascal took $300 from me. I was so furious that I later refused to preside over the Defense Commission. With my gold in his pocket, he sneered at me. "Senator, you would need many lives to beat me."
Comstock and now DeWitt. This book has proven quite a shock to my biology. Also, I like the little throat clear before the senator mentions renouncing alcohol and wine, which makes me think that maybe that was quite a big step for him. Also, I was so furious over losing this $300 bet that I refused to preside over the Defense Commission. Now that's professionalism right there.
I intended to challenge him to another match, but DeWitt disappeared completely. I was sickened. So downhearted was I that I gave up the game for 3 years, turning instead to casino gambling. My experiences in that field are described in my last book. The jackpot I nearly won.
Giving up billiards for casino gambling. The senator doesn't seem to be all that interested in improving his moral fiber. Insert your own politician joke here. Oh, I hear barking. We might have a little guest commentary today. Well, not a whole lot of enlightenment there, but this DeWitt fellow sounds interesting. What could we have with this other book?
Crew muster for the three-master Flying Dutchman. Turn to freebooting December 25 of the year of our Lord 1724.
Ooh, a crew muster. I love these.
From Innisfree, Tom Flaherty is better known as T-Bone. He ran off after setting fire to Donovan's Inn and sailed the China Seas. At Yantai, he joined up with two sushi experts fascinated by gold, the Cookies. They were accused of raiding Madame Jojo's gambling house. Following a spectacular escape from the jail in Macau, these three men were taken on by Jack. By force of sneakiness, T-Bone got one arm out of his way and took his place as the Jolly Roger's cook.
I like the way the voice actor tries to make the Cookies sound menacing there, and it's just not possible. But there's a little bit of a callback to a previous book here. The whole business where T-Bone replaced one arm as the Jolly Roger's cook was covered in Life and Times of the Freebooters.
T-Bone is a master of the blowpipe and likes to leave his two mates to carve the meat. Joined 24 March. Cook.
So, we've encountered the ship's surgeon, the ship's musician, and if this is any indication, and if trends continue, we may be encountering the ship's cook in the not-too-terribly distant future. Well, we will not be needing these volumes anymore. Probably need to put this down in a slightly different location so we can do that. Oh, what's this? We've got a new friend. And there's some sort of, big sack in the corner. So, this is Roses. His name is never actually given in the game, and I believe the fandom wiki for Alone in the Dark just refers to him as Drunk Pirate. So I don't know how official the name Roses actually is, but the official strategy guide for Alone in the Dark 1 and 2 does refer to him in a behind-the-scenes bit as Roses, suggesting that it's an internal or a developer's name for him, and I like it as a name for a very drunk man, so Roses he shall be. Now, there are a couple of ways we can deal with this situation. What we need to do here is obtain that sack. That is going to be very important for our purposes. However, if we take the sack, Roses is going to try to kill us. He's quite protective of it. So, there's an intended way to do this, and then there's a way that I prefer because it's a little safer. We'll do the intended way first, so let me go ahead and make a save so we can undo that. What we are, I think, intended to do here is put the whiskey down, so that Roses, being the very drunk man that he is, oh, I think I put it down too far away. He kind of staggers to pick it up, so I want to give him a little bit of walking range. Nope, we don't want to pick up the sack. We don't want to... Damn it. Camera, work with me here. Yeah, I want to show off his stagger, so... I want to see if we can get a little bit of walking animation from him. I do enjoy his animation. I also enjoy his gigantic mustache. Doesn't make up for the loss of Carnby's gigantic mustache, which has been shamefully trimmed, but you take what you can get. As we saw from trying to drink it ourselves, that is extremely powerful whiskey, and even for the mighty liver of Roses, it seems to have proven a little too much. However, he is not dead. Even though he's sunk into the ground, Roses is still alive and kicking, which seems mutually exclusive, but that's the way it works in this game. Anywho, the thing is, if you get Roses drunk here to take his sack, which sounds dirty but isn't meant to be, he will eventually come after you with a gun at a somewhat inopportune time, in a somewhat inopportune location, and I don't really want to deal with that, so we're going to take the other option here. What we are going to do instead is prepare our battle door and just beat the motherfucker to death. Yes, he hasn't done anything to us, but we know he will later, and pre-crime still counts, right? Okay, I'm not close enough. Shit. This is one of the reasons I don't particularly like fighting with Roses. He's actually fairly fast with that handgun of his. Shit, this isn't going especially well. Okay, we're too close now. He can't actually hit us, but we can hit him. And down he goes. That is the end of our friend Roses, once and for all. And let us see how our health is doing. 75, we're still really healthy, so I'm willing to take that. So, we've obtained the all-important sack of Roses. Why is it so important? Let's find out. A Santa Claus suit. Thus begins one of the more iconic elements of Alone in the Dark 2. Ho ho ho, it's Santa Carnby! We will be wearing this for quite a while, and it's actually important. As you might guess from Roses having the Santa suit with him, someone is expecting Santa Claus in Hell's Kitchen, and so this is going to be critically important for our whole going undercover thing. We won't be able to walk around the mansion completely freely, but we will be able to walk around a bit without inviting immediate death. And that's what's important here. And that is why we needed to do all this before we could go upstairs. Because if we go upstairs without the Santa suit on, it will end in tears for reasons that I will show you very shortly. In a moment, we will be meeting another friend, but one that we don't immediately have to worry about death from. This little guy. This is one of the cookies previously mentioned in the book about T-Bone. Only one of the cookies, so for convenience I will call him Cookie for now. The reason that we need the Santa suit immediately upon coming upstairs is, as you could see from his walking pattern, it will not take long for Cookie to see you, and if he sees you in your street clothes, he will immediately call an alarm, and the entire mansion basically will come down on you and gun you to death in no time flat. Now, he'll just walk it back and forth like so. You don't have to worry about him too much as long as you're appropriately attired. And he will typically only sound the alarm under one of two circumstances. One, if he sees you out of the Santa suit, and two, if you hit him. I believe if he sees you even fighting other people, he will not raise the alarm, just don't hit him. And let me go ahead and save. And I will show you why it's so bad to upset Cookie. Oh, I missed. Let me see if I can catch up with him. Yep, we get a help me. And people are going to start showing up in a moment, and we are going to be in a world of pain. I hear a lot of footsteps, and I don't like it. That's Tom T-Bone Flaherty shooting me from slightly off screen there with the blowpipe. Now we've got people with guns firing at us. Our health is already substantially reduced, and they're not even all here yet. There are going to be more people, I'm pretty sure. There was someone with a riot gun firing. I'm hearing a Tommy gun now from somewhere else. Oh, there's another dude off screen. I think some of them might be hurting each other. Yep. Two dudes with rifles, I think there was. One dude with a Tommy gun. We had the blowpipe hitting us. There's also someone who can come down from upstairs who didn't have enough time to make it down. Just an all-around mess. So let's pretend that never happened, and restore our Bane floor save. There's one other thing I'd like to mention, which is that the close-up of Cookie calling for help in the console version for the PlayStation and Saturn, that screen is absolute nightmare fuel. The Saturn and PlayStation versions, there's one major visual difference besides the FMVs, and that is that they are texture mapped instead of all the polygonal models either being lightly textured or flat shaded. The characters are all texture mapped, and they are pretty poor quality textures even by PS1 and Saturn standards. So yeah, the close-up of Cookie's face is just horrific.
Help! Help me!
I have to approach carefully here. Now, normally Cookie, when you approach him, will say, "Hello friend, be careful of dark squares." I'm not sure why he didn't, it would just normally show that in a little bit of text at the bottom. Maybe you have to do it on this screen. But in any case, if we step on a dark square directly, like it appears we're doing right now, but the hitbox is a little more merciful than that. Why is he not talking to us? If we step on a dark square, the statue over there is going to throw its trident at us, and that is a one-shot, I believe. But we actually want to get rid of Cookie, so we're going to actually activate that on purpose and see if we can get the trident to hit him. It's a little tricky, but I should be able to manage it. There we go, that was too close for comfort. The reason that we want to do that, there are actually two reasons. One is that we don't want Cookie getting in the way if we have to fight someone later, which is very likely going to be the case in here at some point. And the other is we want to be able to acquire the crown from this statue. We will be very much needing that. That's not super difficult, but save early, save often. A frying pan. Lovely.
Do you know that wine may open many a door?
There's T-Bone the way you're supposed to meet him, and a lovely accent he has. And here's some eggs. Eat some, my friend. Don't mind if I do. 75 health becomes... 85 health. Eggs are good for you. But we'll want to get the frying pan ready because T-Bone... I'm not sure exactly how to interpret this. Either he's not fooled and is just kind of toying with us, or he's fooled at first and soon realizes that we are not actually roses in the Santa suit. For any number of reasons he might realize that. In any case, he's going to see through our disguise in a moment. And so we're going to want to be ready for a little fight here. He'll have his blowpipe, but there's a way we can counter the blowpipe, and you will see that in a moment if I can get it to work correctly. Oh, blowpipe at the ready. Shit. There we go. He got me with the first blowpipe. But once you get the rhythm right, you can actually block his blowpipe shots with the frying pan, and he will eventually run out of darts. And now he's going to get a frying pan and he's going to be a melee fight. But he's not particularly difficult to outduel. Just keep swinging and you'll probably be alright. Yep, he got one in on me, but that's alright. We can take a hit. And Tom T-Bone Flaherty is done for. Ooh, poison. I'm sure we can find some use to which we could put that. And a bottle of wine. Now, T-Bone did say that wine can open many a door. Maybe we can make some use of that. Just to make sure I do this right and don't accidentally drink the poison. Wow, that blowpipe does some pretty good damage. If we use the poison... Ah, that's what I was hoping you would do. I wasn't sure exactly how the commands would work. But yes, we now have poison wine. Needless to say, we don't want to drink that. I don't think we can go through this door at this time. Or I could be wrong. Oh shit, that's right, we don't actually want to go through this door. That door is death. That's why I was thinking we can't go through that door. That door is instant death. Well, I do intend to show off most of the stupid deaths in this game. That's not so much a stupid death as an unpredictable one, but, you know, we'll count it. So let's go ahead and poison that wine again. Just to avoid any more potential stupid deaths. Now this door I believe is impossible to open at this time. Yes, it's closed. But look, it looks like there's some kind of little serving hatch in there. What could that be all about? Well, it's a serving hatch. And we can hand through some wine. Wine may not be able to open many a door, but it should be able to open this one. And now we wait a moment. Oh, these poor fellas. It looks like the poison wine might not have completely agreed with them. What have we got here? Some kind of band organ, it looks like? If I'm not mistaken, there's a little coin slot in the front of it. Another door it doesn't look like we're able to open at this time. Well, perhaps a little music is called for. We don't have any proper currency, but we do have a couple of tokens. Maybe those will activate it. An odd lock mechanism, but whatever gets you there, I suppose. More importantly, there's all kinds of goodies in this room. There's a bulletproof vest. What that does is it will prevent a certain amount of damage. You will just ignore hits for a while. You will not flinch, you will not take HP loss. It runs out after a certain number of hits, but for a while it's very useful. A loading clip, very nice. Be nice if we had an actual gun to use it with. But maybe if we look around a little more carefully. Ah, there we go. I've missed you, Tommy Gun. Oh, by the way, the other token is going to produce some very recognizable music. But that particular ditty that the wooden token, or the brown token, created in the band organ, I don't recognize it. If you have any idea if that's like a real song or anything, please do let me know in the comments, because I am quite curious. Now, as for the other token... How many shots do we have in that Thompson, by the way? 10. Seems like that's the standard new Thompson amount. Oh, I think I missed. What does that say on it? 1517? That's some pretty old school money. And that's what the token actually did, was make that doubloon appear on the floor. Well, I think we've probably done about all we can do with this floor for the immediate. Let's just check the front door first, though. Nope, no getting out that way. Wouldn't be fair to bail out on Grace at this point anyway. I have a feeling something might be waiting for us upstairs, so... let's get this ready. Well, that was a quick bit of almost combat. That right there was Alistair Black Hat Fane. Now, you may recall the name Black Hat being mentioned in Life and Times of the Freebooters. There will be a crew muster on him, but we have not found it yet. Just bear in mind that that was Black Hat, and we've already defeated him. Actually, I want to show you a little bit of his animation, just because some of it's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and drop a save for the upstairs. And we'll reload and do that real quick. That was really all of what I wanted to show you. Black Hat will fire shots from both of his pistols, one arm and then the other, and he will occasionally juggle them, doing a little revolver ocelot action. I just find that kind of a nice touch, so I wanted to make sure you saw that before I killed him too quickly. And I do enjoy a good gun battle to the strains of Danny Boy. Reminds me of Miller's Crossing. And lets me say that Carnby is still an artist with a Thompson. If you've never seen Miller's Crossing, I definitely recommend it if you like your bit of noir, especially if you're a Coen Brothers fan. I don't think there's anything over here. Let me just double check, though. Was that a rat? That is one thing that's nice about Alone in the Dark 2, is the little incidental animations in the 2D backgrounds. You really didn't have much of that in the original game. Man, they got some big rats here. Yeah, well, they're a bunch of pirates. Pirates turned bootleggers. What can you expect? Don't remember exactly what's in this door, so I wanted to save before I step through, just to make damn sure I'm ready. Okay. I think this might be a bathroom with nothing in it, but let's check on that. Yep, that is the case. I am fairly certain that this is a completely useless room. This room, on the other hand, has someone else that we've heard of, but have not yet read a crew muster for, Frederick DeWitt, as discussed by the Honorable Senator Grant. Now, DeWitt wants to have a duel with us. He'll throw us a derringer. There's no reason we can't just machine gun him to death, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the derringer because I've got little other use for it, and we'll be sporting, sort of. He's just going to unload at us at first opportunity in defiance of fair dueling procedure, so we're just going to open up on him first on the first possible opportunity, and hope it goes well. He's getting some off on me. Out of damager, damager? It is a damager, but out of derringer shots. The Thompson's jammed. Oh, that's right, as soon as you defeat Black Hat, the Thompson ceases to be useful. I completely forgot about that. Well, battledore time. If we stay close, it's gonna be hard for him to get a shot off. I like the way his legs kick up when he sinks into the ground. A little hard to see because of the pool table, but you kinda got the idea. And we get his sword cane. Which is a pretty okay weapon, with the standard sword moveset. So, how much damage did we take there? A little bit. We'll be alright. While I'm in a reasonably open room, let me get rid of a few of my unnecessary items, because we should have a good few now. We don't want to pretend that this Thompson still works, so let me make sure I get rid of that. Back up a little bit, drop the Derringer, which we will never get more ammo for. There is no reason we can't hang on to the loading clip. And the reason I haven't put the bulletproof vest on yet is because there's something I'm saving it for. Actually, I'm not sure if the frying pan is more potent than the battledore. I'm not sure which would have been better to use there. But we got the win anyway, no need to worry about it. By the way, you could use the empty sack to put your street clothes back on, but why? Oh, I suppose I should probably get rid of the whiskey. That's not going to be any good for me. Oh, I could have used the riot gun instead of the battledore, but it still worked out okay. Actually, I'll keep the sword cane at the ready just to be on the safe side. Let's see, is that a book over here? I've actually kind of forgotten what it is I need to do at the moment. Let me see here. Oh, there should be a parchment here too, I think. Well, I think DeWitt normally drops. Oh wait, he doesn't drop that. That's right, I'm misreading my notes. There's a book and a parchment in here somewhere that we should be getting. Question is, game, where are you hiding them? Suffering a slight gap in my memory, folks. Please do forgive me. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm forgetting to do something here. Yeah, I think I'm forgetting to do something in the next room here. The sword cane is what I think I needed from DeWitt. If I remember what's up next. Ah, yes, the Voodoo room. Okay. Okay, I'm good. You can see a little hint of something polygonal in the upper right there. That's what we need the sword cane to deal with, and to make sure I don't screw this up. Let's update this save. Oh, that immediately went wrong. Let's try approaching from this side. Maybe that'll be a little bit safer. Ah, the arms. Okay, yes, this is what we need to take care of with the sword stick. Much like the saber against the plants in the hedge maze, the sword cane is the only thing that will damage these. And you do have to be careful, just like with those, to get your hits in without taking hits in return. Once again, backing up and using the lunge I find to be the most effective approach. Fortunately, they bleed, so it's easy to see when you've gotten your hit in. Well, that's one of them dead. And that's both down. Very good. There's our parchment. Where is our book? Let's begin by reading the parchment while we have the opportunity. Ah, that's right. It's one part of a punch. Of a punch? Of a parchment. Maybe I'm thirsty. Okay, I know for sure I'm missing a book at this point. Is it in this room, possibly? That, I think, is another useless bathroom. Okay, that we don't want to deal with quite yet. Yep, this is definitely another useless bathroom. I'll tell you what, folks, I am for sure missing a book, but it's about 50 minutes in, it looks like, according to my timer. Might be a little bit of editing there, but it looks like about 50 minutes, and that's good enough for an episode, I think. Before next episode, I will figure out where I'm missing that book. We will take care of that. Next episode, we will do our necessary reading, and I will also figure out where the hell the other half of the parchment is, because I don't recall that either. My notes clearly could be a little more detailed. I know what I'm supposed to do next, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. At any rate, I think that will do for today. As always, dear friends, I thank you immensely for watching. It has been a pleasure as always, and I hope to see you next week for more I Played a Thing, Alone in the Dark 2. Till then, this is signing off. Today's Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Megasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Jarogue, Martin Schallenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Dan Larson, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Mei Yanling, Renaman, Fate Everywhere, TJA, Sparkaziah Lefzer, Super Pervert 69, Zero, Bueller 13, Pixel Goat, and other very merry patrons. Thank you all for your very helpful and very appreciated support, and everyone on the subscriber roll, all commenters, and everyone out there watching, your support is much appreciated too. Take care, everyone, be good to you and each other, and fortune be with us. I'll see you next episode. Till then. Hello out there, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good time, and I've been glad to have you. If you enjoyed this video, new subscribers always brighten my day, and if you really dig my stuff and would like to support me on Patreon, I shall be very grateful indeed. You're also invited to go with the stream every Friday at twitch.tv/unplayedathing. Thank you again, and have a good one.